Hi Dragon Nation, it's Chelsea.
And Emily, and we're from the Office of Student Success and First Year Experience.
And today we're so excited to film a vlog with our Mayor of Tiffin, Ohio. Welcome, Mayor Montz.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here today.
We are so happy to be talking to you, and we would love to kind of break the ice a little bit, get to know you. So we're going to ask you some rapid fire questions about some of your favorite spots in Tiffin, Ohio.
All right.
And we know there are a lot of awesome options, okay? Are you ready?
Yes, I think I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Favorite pizza place?
Jack and Doe's.
Favorite ice cream place?
Oh my, Little Hugo's.
Favorite park?
Oh, certainly Hedges Park.
Favorite coffee shop?
Bailiwicks.
Favorite spot to grab a quick lunch?
Oh, quick lunch. Oh my goodness. Probably the Empire.
Favorite local activity?
Favorite local activities, probably walking the various trails that we have throughout the community with my dog.
I need to look.
So aside from hearing some of your favorite things, we want to know just a little bit more about your background. So what is your educational background?
Yeah, so I actually was born and raised here in Tiffin, and I'm a graduate of Tiffin Columbian High School. And from there I went on to Heidelberg University, which I know may not be the most popular thing doing the vlog series for Tiffin University. However, I'm very proud of both of our institutions of higher learning here in Tiffin.
So you decided to stay in Tiffin. So what made you run for mayor, and to kind of want to talk about that more?
Yeah, you know, I have a real passion for this community. I love Tiffin. I've had so many opportunities before I was mayor and even during my tenure as mayor to leave Tiffin for other positions and opportunities, and I've declined every one of them because I love this place. It is so safe, it is so friendly, and there are so many activities that go on in this community almost nonstop. It really is hard to be bored if you actually look into all of the things that are going on almost every night here in this city. And I love Tiffin. I wanted to make it better. I knew that Tiffin had a much higher ceiling that we could reach, and I'm proud that we're on the path to achieving that now.
That's awesome. All right, so we're going to take this back. So if I'm a new college student, what are some things I need to do when I come to town? Like, what are some things you need to cross off a Tiffin list? This is what I have to do.
Yeah, it's very interesting for new college students because many of them may be coming from cities that are much larger or even much smaller than Tiffin, with Tiffin being kind of a small to mid-sized city here in Ohio. Yeah. But we have just such a rich downtown. In fact, our downtown is one of the top-rated downtowns in the state of Ohio as far as Main Street communities, which is really the gold standard of what a downtown is. So I encourage any new even a prospective students to walk through downtown Tiffin, check it out, because there are so many cool shops, from clothing stores to coffee shops, even some of the just really unique, cool businesses that we have. Check out downtown Tiffin. The East Green, where we have tons of free concerts between the large concerts that are put on from the East Green Foundation, even the smaller concerts that our Parks Department puts on. Usually a couple times a week there is musical activities going on at the East Green. I know we've shown movies at that location. So beyond that, you of course have Hedges Park, which is my favorite park in the community. We have a disc golf course, tons of hiking and walking trails at that park. And then this time of the year is always great because we have sand volleyball going on with the big sand volleyball tournaments that have become so popular they continue to have to expand the nights and the evenings that they do them. So Tiffin actually has a very active nightlife scene that I think any college student would really enjoy and probably be surprised by for a community of our size.
Absolutely.
I know you kind of touched on the music at the East Green, but given that COVID restrictions are easing these days, what are some events in the community that students, when they come back to Tiffin or start at Tiffin this fall, have to look forward to?
Yeah, well, certainly there will be lots of them. One of the first will be Welcome Weekend when the students come back in early August. The Chamber helps put on an event that is downtown for all of the students to walk to, get to know our businesses. You've got to go to that because, number one, a lot of the businesses offer up free food. They also are offering coupons and discounts if you come back to the business. So that's really an opportunity for you to snag some free food and discounts for later in the year. We also have our Heritage Festival, which takes place the third weekend in September. It is depending on who you talk to, the 6th or the 7th largest festival in the state of Ohio.
Oh, wow.
So it's back this year. We're very excited for that. It's actually so large, there are 2 locations. There is a living history village at Hedges Park, where it's one of the old settlement styles where they have Native American actors and Civil War reenactments and Revolutionary War reenactments. Then on top of that, of course, there's more of the the hip scene, which is downtown, where there's some stages with music that is being played from various bands, food trucks, etc. So 2 different flavors really to the Heritage Festival, depending on what you like, or you can do them both. So that certainly is a fun activity, and then there will be continued events at the East Green until the weather turns. The splash pad, of course. Who doesn't like a splash pad on a hot day? And we all know when students move in August, it's typically those dog days of summer that it's incredibly hot. So after you've moved in and broken into a deep sweat from moving in, come down and enjoy the splash pad in downtown Tiffin, which is
Add
great.
that to our agenda.
It's a great way to cool down.
It is. So we have students coming from all over the world. And I know a huge concern for people is safety. Can you talk about how safe of a community Tiffin is?
Yes, so Tiffin is an incredibly safe community. During the 10 years that I've been mayor, we've been ranked numerous times in the top tier of cities in the state of Ohio as far as safety, and even sometimes in the country. Our former police chief, who actually was just elected sheriff, who is actually used to teach at Tiffin University and graduated from Tiffin University, did a tremendous job of lowering our crime rate significantly in Tiffin during his tenure. He started about a year after I became mayor, did a tremendous job with that. He's our sheriff now. And crime has certainly dropped significantly in the Tiffin community. And the vast majority of crime that does occur are more of your petty type of crimes, whether it's a sideswipe accident or someone stole a planter off a porch. You know, very minor crimes that occur here. It's a very safe place to live. There is probably not a street in this community that I would not feel safe walking down, really at any hours of the day. And I think a lot of that is because we are a safe, welcoming community. We look out for each other, and that's what makes Tiffin great, is our safety and our neighbors who just truly do look out for one another.
I completely agree. As a Tiffin resident, I can echo all of those things.
Good, I'm glad.
So when students are moving in for Welcome Weekend and their families and parents come with them, what are the sorts of activities that they could do? Where are places they can stay and go?
Yeah, so Tiffin currently has numerous hotels. Of course, we have Hampton Inn, Holiday Inn, as well as several others. But what I would encourage folks to do is, just like with students, you need to check out downtown Tiffin, but also some of our historic sites, such as the Ritz Theater, which is one of the oldest theaters and most beautiful in the state of Ohio. And on top of the Ritz Theater, there are a lot of other really neat spots, like our Civil War Museum that's located in downtown Tiffin. It's actually the Civil War Museum for the state of Ohio, which a lot of folks may not realize. Ohio played a very integral part of the Civil War. Just because Tiffin, Ohio and the state of Ohio was not directly involved in battles that were being waged, regiments from Ohio and several generals really did play a key role in that, one of which is William Harvey Gibson, which is the statue that you will see downtown in front of the courthouse. So Tiffin has an extremely rich history in the Civil War and fighting for the North, as well as the state of Ohio. You'll find a lot of those details at the Civil War Museum. There are wonderful places to eat. I would encourage folks to try to make it over to the Pioneer Mill if the weather is nice, to sit out on the deck. One of the most beautiful views. You sit on the deck of the mill that literally hangs out over the river. And in the background you have Bacon's Dam and the beautiful Sandusky River. You never know what kind of wildlife you'll see. We've sat out there and seen eagles numerous times that have flown along the creek. So it's a really nice hidden gem of Tiffin, Ohio, and it's also, just like the name says, it is literally a mill that was built by the early pioneers in Tiffin, Ohio, that still stands today, and it's one of our most historic and oldest sites here in the Tiffin community.
Thank you so much for listening to our vlog today. We are so thankful to have Mayor Montz with us, and we cannot wait to see you this fall.